Directed all three Batman movies, and many people tried to get these movies put onto the big screen. Lots of directors put scripts forward, lots of people put their visions forward, but it was Christopher Nolan and David S. Goyer that came up with the concept of the origin story, the story that's never been told before. Now, his idea was to find out what happens from when Bruce Wayne's parents die as a little boy of Bruce Wayne to becoming an adult Bruce Wayne. What happens in those years? And that's something that we've never seen on the big screen before. But the visionary director of other movies like Inception, The Prestige, brought us the Batman saga, and now the trilogy comes to an end. This is the UK premiere of The Dark Knight Rises.
If you've just joined us, we are live at the European premiere of The Dark Knight Rises. We're live on Sky Movies, we're trending on Twitter, and we are beaming to 30 countries around the world. And you're just in time for this man. It's the one and only Mr. Christian Bale. How are you this evening? What an incredible event, an incredible response, and you're standing in front of your shattered mask as Batman. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's a wonderful greeting. Thank you all for coming along. And, you know, England and English people have played such a large role in the making of this movie. We've always shot in England, and obviously Chris, myself, so many of the cast members and so many crew members have been English, so it's very special being here and showing it to the English fans.
And what fans they are, the anticipation for this film is at fever pitch. What is in store for them when they finally get into the cinema?
Well, the end is in store. You know, I kind of view it as one movie, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and then The Dark Knight Rises. You know, we've had incredible moments throughout, and what you're going to see is the final chapter.
And a final chapter which, like all the movies, has featured just a phenomenal ensemble cast. What has it been like working alongside these people?
It's been really wonderful. You know, they're some of the best actors you could ever hope to work with, both, you know, personally and in their just creativity as well. Chris has always managed to attract just wonderful people, and we've had newcomers who just stunned me with how good they were, and I'm sure that the people, when they see this, will agree.
Now, this is your third outing as Batman, the end of the trilogy. I'm sure it's difficult, but if I could pin you down for one moment that sticks as your best memory from making these films, what would that be?
There's a number of them. I mean, there really are. You know, we shot for 7 months on each movie, so that's 21 months in total. So there's a lot of very good memories. But in kind of the defining scene that I think about, it's the Batman Begins scene with Alfred and Bruce Wayne, when they first kind of conceptualize exactly who Batman's going to be and what he's going to be.
Now, obviously, as you can tell from the reception here and the reception for all the movies, Batman has just endured as a character. What do you think it is about Batman that has kept people interested for so many years?
I think, well, the thing that's kept me interested is the fact that other than his incredible wealth, he doesn't have any superpowers. So there's that sense of that maybe it could be you. He was also started, it's an interesting thing really, he was started back in 1939, the outbreak of World War II, you know. It was a very topical thing, and he was a very dark character, and so I consider that we've returned to that source. It's been done fantastically well by many different actors. Adam West doing a wonderful job spoofing it, and then all the consequent actors in the other movie, and then just Chris took it in a different way, and I'm so happy that people enjoyed our reincarnation.
And yet, here we are at the end, the conclusion. On a personal level, is it emotional for you, hanging up the cape for the final time?
Absolutely it is. It's played a very important part in my life, and it's very bittersweet to let it go. But, you know, there's a right time, and I don't want to leave it too long where people wished we had given them less.
It's been great talking to you. Obviously, there are fans watching us around the world, here in Leicester Square, at countries everywhere, live on Sky Movies. Do you have a message down our camera here for those people?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for all the support you've given us over the years. Thanks for allowing us to make this trilogy, and I hope that you will find this a fitting end to the trilogy, and I will certainly miss working on this.
Christian, the heavens opened just as we started talking, but it's still been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. Have a great night.
All right, man. Cheers.
Gentlemen, I'm here with one of the producers of the movie. It's Mr. Charles Roven. Now, the heavens have opened, but the atmosphere has not been dampened here in London's Leicester Square. How are you finding it?
You know, it's really very difficult to have a more impressive premiere than here. So I was excited to come here, and it has exceeded my expectations.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm sure a lot of Londoners are going to be very happy with that. Now, let's talk about the movie. You have started this series with a great cast, an A-list cast, and with each movie, that has been added to. That must make you very proud and excited when all these fantastic actors appear in subsequent films.
Oh, it's a thrill to work with them, and what's so really wonderful is that their characters, you know, they continue to evolve like we all do in life. And so it's really been a thrill to be a part of that. And it was constantly a thrill to watch the dailies of the film. And when the whole movie gets put together, it's just, it's not only great filmmaking, but it's just great acting. And it's emotional watching the movie, and it was emotional making the film.
I bet. And in terms of Christopher Nolan, he doesn't do things by halves, especially in this film. Now, as a producer, when you've got sets of this scale and thousands of extras, just exactly how many problems does that present to you on a daily basis, or does it run like clockwork?
Well, nothing runs totally like clockwork, of course, but the team that, you know, we put together, the team that Chris has had who worked with him in many of the films, not just the Dark Knight trilogy, it doesn't get better in each one of the departments. The acting doesn't get better, and it all starts from, you know, Chris, his vision, his dedication, his hard work, his meticulousness, and it flows from there. So while there are great challenges with the scope, the spectacle of the film, the global footprint, I'm not going to say that, you know, shooting in New York, which was challenging, you know, shooting in London, which is challenging, shooting outside of London, braving the weather of Scotland for the opening sequence, all of that stuff is very, very challenging. But it is remarkably, you go into it with a tremendous amount of confidence because of everything that's surrounding the making of it.
Now, you used the word spectacle there to describe the movie, and I've seen it, and I wouldn't disagree with you. It's a phenomenal spectacle. What can you tell us? What is in store for fans with The Dark Knight Rises?
Well, hopefully they're going to agree that, you know, when we raised the bar with the Dark Knight after Batman Begins, we were hoping to do that, of course, but we didn't expect that the response, both critically and commercially, and the fan love would be exponentially increased. So there were great challenges, and we knew going in, Chris in particular realized that the story needed to conclude with Bruce Wayne, because he is the Batman, obviously, and the trilogy really needed to focus on his character. And so it has done that, but it also needed to raise the bar in terms of the spectacle, raise the bar hopefully in terms of the enjoyment, and also make sure that the film still emotionally delivered in all areas, and that the editing would be, you know, satisfying.
And you mentioned Christian Bale there. We just spoke to him here at the premiere. If you had to sum up why Christian Bale was so perfect as Bruce Wayne, as Batman, what is it about him that made him so good in the role?
Christian Bale is just an amazing actor. As we all know, he won the Oscar last year for Best Supporting Actor in The Fighter. So he's just an amazing actor. But what he brings to the character of Bruce Wayne is this fantastic strength. He's formidable in terms of his internal fortitude. And yet you know that inside he can also at the same time let you know that he's, you know, suffering, that he, you know, has a lot of emotional pain, and yet he does it in such a way where he's not a pathetic person. You know that he's somebody, that he's actually an aspirational character, that we want to be like him because he's going to come through it, and or he's certainly going to give it his all.
Charles, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Have a great night. Enjoy your premiere.
Thank you very much.